Hi beginners, it's Mr. Mo. So now we're going to do another flat scale that's 2 octaves and in the lowest part of our bassoon. So we're playing the lowest note. So you guessed it, B flat major. So what I like to do, especially whenever you guys start this scale, is I want to do a little exercise where we go down. So we're going to play some of the last notes. So we're going to play low F, low E flat, low D, low C, low B flat, right? These are those last like little bits to get down to the lowest octave. And we're going to play them all in half notes and we're going to slur down. This is just to make sure we get our jaw open and make sure it's really ready to go before we play. All right, so here's in half notes. 1, 2, half notes. And you might even notice that Mr. Mo's lips roll out just a tiny bit to be able to get down to the low octave, especially low B flat. You don't need to do a ton of this, so don't think that your lips need to be rolled out the whole time. It's just to help you start down there, and as you go up, you'll kind of curl them back in. All right, good. So do that a few times, make sure you can really get down to the low B flat, and it's great. A couple of tips and tricks for down here. 1, watch your first finger. Most people's first finger moves as we move around up here. As you can see, mine's wiggling around a lot. If that uncovers any, it's going to make the low notes really hard to speak. Okay, so if you're having problems, but you feel like you're doing the right fingerings, maybe check that your first finger's staying in place and not leaking. You want to move your fingers fast, and you want to make sure you don't get any extra notes, especially from B flat to C, right? We have that B natural, so we don't want to hear. We want to hear. So I talk about rolling your wrist out, and that's why we don't do our thumb like this, right? We hold it out over this way so we can use the keys appropriately. Okay, great. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do 68. Take any second you to review any fingerings or any of the concepts we just discussed. All right, so 68 beats on the metronome. We're gonna do the first octave starting on low B flat of B flat major. And 1, 2, ready. Now, most of you in your lessons, I've talked to you about always be sure you keep using your air. Too many people try to be very delicate down here, but you want to be open and be using air so that way you really get the sound to come out as you play. Okay, so now we're going to do the next octaves. So after my explanation, pause the video if you need to review any fingerings. This one, the big things to watch out is half full G. Make sure you have your resonance key all the time. E flat, make sure you have your resonance key. E flat's our danger note, our 4th note that we've talked about in other videos. And you always want to be sure that you are spinning your air fast as you get up to the highest note so your B flat doesn't sound weird. All right, so review for a second. Okay, so now we're going to do 68 beats a minute for the top octave. Starting on middle B flat. And 1, 2, ready. Great, so now we're going to put them together. So this is going to be, pause right here if you need to review anything or go back to any other timestamps. Great, so here's both octaves together at 68 beats a minute. 1, 2, ready. So you might notice, again, Mr. Mo's breathing right before the last octave, so it gives me a chance to open up to make sure all those notes come out. All right, so pause here if you need to review anything or go back or do anything over, and we're going to do it 72 next. All right, this is B flat, 2 octaves at 72 beats a minute. 1, 2, ready. Excellent. So pause here if you need to go back and review, and next will be 76. All right, so now we're going to do 2 octaves at 76 beats a minute. And 1, 2, ready. Alright, pause here, and we're going to do now 80 beats a minute. Alright, so now we're going to do 80 beats a minute, 2 octave B flat. And 1, 2, ready. Excellent, so that's B flat major, 2 octaves.